This afternoon. Now, Zimbabwean President Emmerson Mnangagwa says that he will engage with President Cyril Ramaphosa on Harare's Eskom debt. He says that he'll talk to the South African president on Sunday at the African Union summit in Niger. Zimbabwe owes Eskom, together with Mozambique's hydro Cahora Bassa, a total of more than R1 billion. Meanwhile, authorities in Zimbabwe are blaming the country's current problems on corruption. On a daily basis, citizens in the country struggle with a cash crisis, severe load shedding, which can sometimes last up to 18 hours a day. This on top of fuel and food shortages as well.
A dire situation for most Zimbabweans. Petrol stations are running out of fuel and shopping markets have very little food on their shelves. In their homes, they're faced with water shortages and load shedding that leaves them powerless for most of the day.
I came here at around 6, so it's almost 6 hours. And there's no bread, no water. Electricity, electricity, electricity is now coming to charge only our phone only. If we don't charge our phone, it's coming at 10, by 4 o'clock it's gone.
No electricity, no water. 1 week now, no water.
Yes, I'm hoping, because this is what I was been told, that the tanker will be here at 9 o'clock. It didn't come, maybe it might come 12 o'clock. You've got to take a chance. Where else are you going to get fuel?
Officials in Zimbabwe claim the severity of the socio-economic problems is due to past and current corruption. The Anti-Corruption Commission's Lois Moyo attributes the challenges to rot in the state enterprises and the private sector.
Corruption in Zimbabwe is quite rampant in all sectors of our economy. That is in government, state enterprises, and parastatals, NGOs, and the private sector. I can confirm that the economic challenges being experienced in the country are mainly as a result of corruption. Once we join hands in fighting corruption, we will win and our economic challenges will disappear.
The country's Minister of Energy, Fortune Chasi, says they're working on cleaning out all the bad apples in the system. He says this will help restore the functioning of the parastatals.
We want to create a fair environment that allows business people to make money and without making the public suffer. So, as I indicated, we still have malpractices in the industry. I warned the industry yesterday that the hour will come when we talk about renewal of licenses. But if we need to do it earlier, we will take the necessary action to protect the interests of everyone in Zimbabwe who consumes fuel.
Chasi, however, couldn't give an estimate of when Zimbabweans can expect normalcy again in their country.
I can't give you a time and date because I'm not in control of somebody, for example, who accesses foreign currency from our national system, buys fuel, and decides that is not going to play according to the rules. I can't determine that. But this matter is urgent, and we are taking or applying all efforts to make sure that we normalize the situation.
For many in Zimbabwe, these food and fuel shortages are all too familiar. In 2008, during a period of record-breaking hyperinflation, bread and petrol were hard to come by as well. Namapolani, SABC News.
Trends Travel is your ultimate hookup on all things arts, travel, entertainment, and lifestyle. We go far and wide discovering the world's undiscovered wonders. So be sure not to miss Trends Travel every Saturday at 5:30 p.m.
This year, Nelson Mandela Day celebrates 10 years of a global movement that has made a difference in the lives of those with the most needs. Over the next 10 years,